and I'm looking at a Kongsgeld 9200, which is owned by CNH now. Kongsgeld, I think they're a Norwegian company, or they're definitely a European company, and obviously they've been bought out by Case International, or CNH. And this is a vertical tillage machine, and I've been looking into these for a very simple reason that I like them. I think that the way they work are really beneficial to the type of soil that I have and what we can do with them. So they're expensive, they're damned expensive. I don't know what this one runs. I'm not shopping for one at this moment, and I really didn't want to buy a brand new one, and I'm not, more than likely not going to buy a brand new one. But as the mulch hay business, or the mulch hay, the mulch hay business starts to decline because of different things, price-wise, for me anyway. I'm looking into different things to farm instead of doing just strictly hay, which I haven't been now for 2 years. I've done corn. I think I'm going to be really seriously considering adding one of these to the arsenal of things to till ground with. Now, most people don't do tillage in our area. I say most people. Several people don't do tillage. It's mostly no-till. I've had a mixed bag of feelings with no-till ever since I started no-till, and I've pretty much made up my mind that me and no-till are not going to be friends anymore, for the simple reason that just the type of ground that we have, and you know, I need to be profitable all across the whole board, and it's really time consuming to chisel and disc and roll your ground in order to make a seed bed. And these vertical tillage machines really only prepare the top 3 to 4 inches, top 3 inches of your soil. Now, that doesn't do anything for compaction wise. It basically just makes a really super nice seed bed for your seed, but compaction in our area is something to contend with, in which you can contend with a ripper. And instead of chisel plowing to break up that compaction, I would use a ripper. Now, I've been in talks with a man, and he's probably smiling right now. His name is Glenn, and he's got a ripper, a 5-shank ripper, which we could rip in the fall, the ground, and then in the spring come through with this and work that top in. Put the compost down and the fertilizer in, get it worked into that top 3 inches of the soil, and you know, because these things roll at about 10 miles an hour. And the nice thing is, you can get into a lot of money with a vertical tillage machine just by the options that you get with it. And I'm kind of liking this Kongsgeld because it's simple. And with simplicity comes an economy, or an economic price. So this here tells you the degrees of angle in which your blades will cut. So obviously 0 is a neutral, and it will just basically chop the corn stalks or whatever that you have there and dry the ground out fast enough, that faster than if you'd have just left it fallow. I would probably run between 4 and 8 when I get one of these things, between 4 and 8 degrees, because you just really don't want to go to 12 or 16, or you might as well just run your disc harrow. And the basket rollers on the back are really good at leveling and smoothing the soil and firming it enough that your seed bed, it will just really make a nice, super nice seed bed. And and I like the size of these gangs too. Like, these are really short, they're small, easy enough to handle when you go to change blades. These are probably on 9-inch centers. They feel to be about 8, maybe they're 8-inch centers on those. And so I'm kind of excited to be looking at one of these things to use and see how it works. there's a lot of money to be spent in grain, obviously, and we don't even know what the grain markets are going to be. But in the end, if I decide to go, or if the markets bear fruit for hay again, I've got a machine that can truly just level the ground out and get me prepped for hay again after the grain markets subside, and you know, everybody gets excited that, you know, corn is only $3 a bushel because everybody and their brother's growing corn and soybeans again, and all the hay markets will be like $300 to $400 a ton because everybody bailed on corn and soybeans, or bailed on hay and went into corn and soybeans, flooded that market. And this is a way that you can get back into the hay market very quickly, just right after you're done picking your corn, or you know, combining your soybeans. You just go through with that thing a couple times, spin on your Timothy Orchard, Smooth Brome, or Kentucky 31, and be right back in the hay business the next year like you never even skipped out of it. And this thing really is built. I tell you, the more I look at it, the more I'm kind of liking the heft of this thing. I mean, this is built, that's 3/4 inch plate steel. This is 1/2 inch. These are 1 inch. And even the hitch is just, you know, this box tubing is just really well put together. I like the way it's put together. The hitch, you can either pull it with a pin, or you can push this thing down and away. I think that's spring, no, that one's not spring loaded. You just pop that off of there, and then you can use it as a pintle. And yeah, I kind of like it. And there's your wrench to change angles, or even work on the gangs if you have to. But yeah, I mean, look at the way that's built. It's just really nice. And the pivot even has a place for there's a grease zerk in there, so that that doesn't freeze up on you between your angles that you want or don't want. It really looks like it's well made. And you know, I like the fluted coulters on there, or the fluted discs. These things are really tough from what I understand. And they say that you get over this thing twice, the corn stalks will be absolutely cut to size, like 4-inch pieces of corn fodder. If I'm not using, you know, if I'm not baling corn fodder, then this is what you would use to, and there's one of them spotted lanternflies. I hate them things. They're nasty. They bite too. I've been bitten by them. But yeah, so anyways, this is something to think about for next year. And like I said, CNH Industrial Tillage 9375. It's cool. Tongue Skeld. Yeah. Oh well, there's other toys here that I could spend millions of dollars on, including my wife. I could spend millions of dollars on her. She'd be happy. If I spent millions of dollars on you, would you be happy?
Depends.
What would you get? Well, depends are underwear for old people. See, that's what the President of the United States depends on. Depends. You know, when you ask him a question, he says, depends. You know, that's his answer for everything. But we're going to go through the lot until we see something else that we like. I don't need any new headers or anything, but no, you can keep going down there.
I'm afraid I get stuck.
You're not going to get stuck. Stay to the left.
Yeah, so I'm backing up.
Uh-oh. Yeah, because how can we see everything if we can't see everything? Yeah. I love New Holland combines. Did you know that?
You don't like John Deere combine?
No, I'm not a John Deere combine fan. But,
You're more of a New Holland.
yeah, just stay to the left of this thing.
I'm gonna stay on the left.
I'll have to get after Neil. He's gotta do something about this.
Yeah.
Hey Neil, we can't drive our car through your driveway. It's like
This is
bad.
actually a very nice one.
Well, that one's brand new.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we got a CR 960 combine here, and that's for sale for I think $89,000. So,
Really?
yeah, not a bad price if you're
No,
if you're in the
not at all.
market, but you don't know how many. I don't know how many hours are on that thing. And here's a header, and there's a sprayer. I should get one of those. I think our life would be a lot easier if we had a sprayer like that. That one right there, because it's got this
Maybe if I win the
stainless steel.
lottery, maybe we
If
could,
we win the lottery, we're
Win
not
the
farming.
lottery?
We're not going to farm it away. We're not doing that.
we're not gonna farm anymore?
well, no, we'll farm, but we won't farm that money away. We'll invest that in. We'll invest that in. What would we invest that in? If we won the lottery, what would you invest it in? I know what you were gonna say. It's in your head and it starts with a J, and it's not in this country. It's a Jollibee. Jollibee.
Jollibee in the Philippines.
My wife would invest her money in a Jollibee restaurant in the Philippines.
That's a sure ball money.
It is, because if you've ever been to the Philippines or ever want to go to the Philippines, the Jollibee is like McDonald's or Burger King here, and you can get just about anything you want at a Jollibee.
Oh yeah.
And you can
Chicken,
get
there's burgers,
spaghetti,
there's hot dog, there's
you can buy a hot dog
French
at Jollibee.
fries, there's
And when they give you the French fries, they weigh them, because they're not giving you nothing extra. No, not from this company, right?
No.
Oh wait, you got to go through the used lot down there.
You scared me.
I know. I'm good at scaring my wife. Like, ah! Right? So I got to make the rounds. Got to make it right here.
Yeah.
You make it right, because this is where the cheap seats. This one. So you go down here and you're like, oh, okay, cool. That might be a vertical tillage down there, but I think it might be turbo till. I have to look at that one, because I'm really now stay to the right. What did you find, Will? So this is where you go to buy, you know, sprayers. This is where they keep the sprayers. You know, they're good. It's a good place to go. There's a New Holland 351 grinder mixer, hammer mill. There's a Hydra spreader. That thing looks like it's been through a shit storm. Oh, it's because it's a manure spreader.
What's that for?
What's that?
That. It's just like a flat with the tire. Not that one.
Oh, that? Well, that's an old, looks like it used to be something.
William, you cannot play with the water. You're going to have wet clothes.
I need you to go right there.
No, I want you to get that water right in his hand right now as we speak, because he's going to spill that thing.
Yeah, but I need to go over there first.
You're such a pain in my ass.
Who, you?
You!
Oh, there's a familiar sight. That's the worst balers. My God.
This one?
Oh yeah, that's a 960. I had a BB 960. I had a BB 960. I had one of these.
Give me that, Will. Will, give me
Oh
that.
yeah. All right, so this guy here, this is a Series 2. This is a small one. This is the type that, this is a turbo till. This is small. It needs all new discs. And it doesn't even have rolling baskets. Not something I would buy. I think they probably did have them at one time. They took them off. But yeah. Yep. This is like one of the original ones, these vertical tillage machines. They're set and you can't do anything to change the degree of angle that they are on. But yeah, turbo till 1800. I mean, if it got it cheap enough, but it would, no, it's not. I don't think so. Not for me anyway. It would need all new blades. It looks like they smacked into a pretty big rock there. But I had one of these for 3 days. For 3 days I had one of these, a BB 960, and I thought, wow, and it really worked well. The problem with it was that, oh my God, this is giving me flashbacks. I mean, not even good flashbacks, but it's giving me flashbacks. I can't believe how anemic these things are. When I'm used to looking at the Krone balers, right? Oh yeah, I can open that up. And I thought, wow, look at the size of that gearbox way back when I was running New Hollands, and I thought, wow, that gearbox is big. That one's leaking like a sieve. I broke one of those and had a leak. I had to take that all apart. But not this one. I actually think is field ready. It's been greased. See that? So whoever wants to buy this thing, it's actually not in bad shape, to be quite honest with you. I had a 960 for 3 days, and what happened to it is quite simple. I'll show you. The needle yoke, oh my God, I can't believe how small this is compared to what I'm used to now. The needle yoke, it got out of time, and the needle yoke went up into the bale chamber, and the plunger actually hit it and completely destroyed it. just completely destroyed it. And that was a single wheel model. It wasn't a tandem wheel model. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's correct. This is only a 5 needle one. I forgot about that. There's only five knotters on this thing. Oh my goodness. Looking back in this thing, it is crazy how small it is compared to the Krone. It'll get you in business, this thing. But this was originally sold here too. Oh, would you look at that? This hay saver? No. Revolver. Bryden 4,400. I believe that is a recycled baling twine. Not 100% sure on that one, but I believe it is. Let's see, is this gonna open? Yes. Cool. I did like where the grease gun was and the size of the grease gun when I was running these things. Oh yeah, this guy's shot. They didn't change the chain on time. It's got some John Deere parts in there. That's for sure. But yeah. Holy cow. The simplicity of these things compared to what we're dealing with now is crazy. It's crazy. The plunger, the distance between the bearings on these plungers are just so close compared to the Krone. But anyway, I guess I've had enough for one day.